Breathe in and let the day fall gently behind you. Tonight, we drift through the quiet corridors of the cosmos, where every particle hums with history and every star whispers a memory of creation. In this stillness, the universe reveals itself not as something distant, but as something deeply familiar. The rhythm of existence reflected in every heartbeat, every thought, every breath. Here, time flows like a slow river through eternity. Galaxies turn with silent patience, atoms shimmer with unseen motion, and somewhere between light and darkness, life opens its eyes. This is the story of everything, from the first spark that lit the void, to the fragile awareness that now wonders how it all began. Sometimes I like to imagine this calm reaching across oceans and time zones. If you'd like, share where in the world you're watching from. Take a slow breath. Let the noise of the day drift away. Each point of brightness has its own planets, perhaps its own skies and seasons, perhaps its own beginnings. Between them stretches space so vast that light itself, moving at nearly 186,000 miles per second, can take eons to cross from one place to another. And yet here we are, small and awake, able to perceive it. The light that reaches your eyes tonight may have begun its journey before humans existed. We have mapped the spiraling arms of our galaxy and traced the faint afterglow of creation itself. We have learned that the universe is ancient, nearly 14 billion years old, and still expanding, still unfolding. Yet even with all our equations, even with telescopes that can see billions of miles into the past, the heart of reality remains cloaked in mystery. For every truth we uncover, we find 10 more waiting in the dark, like stars unseen behind a curtain of dust. Why does the universe exist? Why is there time, motion, consciousness? Why are there laws that make sense? And why do they allow us to be here to ask about them? Science can describe how, but not always why. And perhaps why that word spoken softly at the edge of understanding is where wonder begins. Imagine for a moment the night sky, as it truly is not a flat canopy of pinpricks, but a deep ocean of light. Each star is a sun burning across incomprehensible distances. Some of it was cast out by stars that have long since died, their light still traveling long after the source has gone. When you look at the stars, you are not seeing now. You are seeing then. Every shimmer above you is a memory written in photons, a story still unfolding in the present moment. That thought, quiet and almost imperceptible, humbles the heart. It reminds us that the universe is not static. It is a living narrative, a continuous flow of creation and change. Every inhale mirrors the expansion of space. Every exhale echoes the soft pull of gravity drawing galaxies together. On this scale, your heartbeat becomes a cosmic metronome, small but significant, a tiny signal of life within an otherwise indifferent expanse. You are not separate from this universe. You are part of its unfolding, a conscious expression of the same matter that once burned inside ancient stars. That faint glow tells us something astonishing. Everything we see, every atom in your body, was once condensed into a single blindingly hot point. From that point came everything: time, space, stars, and life. And yet, for all our knowledge, there is still one question. Science cannot answer why. Perhaps it is not a question meant to be solved. Perhaps the act of asking it connects us more deeply to the universe than any answer ever could. Let your imagination drift further outward. Now, past the solar system, past the Milky Way, past the galaxies strung like pearls on invisible filaments of gravity. Beyond that space stretches into what astronomers call the cosmic web, the largest known structure in existence. Galaxies gather in clusters, and those clusters form vast threads that span hundreds of millions of light years. Between them are immense voids, almost empty, silent expanses, where light takes billions of years to cross. And within that silence lies the great unknown, a universe so immense that our entire galaxy, with its hundreds of billions of stars, becomes just one glowing fleck in a boundless sea. It is here, amid this unimaginable vastness, that the human mind reaches its most delicate balance between comprehension and surrender. We cannot fully grasp infinity, and yet somehow we can feel it. That is the strange miracle of consciousness. We are small but aware, fragile but curious, finite but capable of contemplating the infinite. Science at its heart is not just a collection of facts, it is a form of listening. When astronomers turn their telescopes toward the heavens, they are listening to the light, to signals older than our species. When physicists study atoms, they listen to the faint vibrations of particles dancing in fields of energy. When biologists peer into a cell, they listen to the whisper of molecules carrying life's code. In each case, there is soundless music patterns and rhythms that reveal order beneath apparent chaos. The search for knowledge, then, is not a battle against the unknown. It is a dialogue with it. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the oxygen that fills your lungs, all were born in stellar furnaces billions of years ago. When those stars ended their lives in spectacular explosions, their elements scattered, drifting through space until they gathered again into new worlds. One of those worlds was Earth, and from its oceans, from its minerals and chemistry came you. In every atom of your body, the story of the universe continues. This perhaps is the quiet truth behind all scientific discovery, that knowledge and wonder are not opposites, but companions. The more we understand, the more we realize how much remains beyond reach. Each revelation opens another door. Each explanation whispers of deeper mysteries waiting just out of sight. Science is a never-ending horizon, not a wall of certainty, but a vast sea of curiosity, where each wave reveals the glimmer of another still forming in the dark. The universe speaks, and we in turn learn to interpret its language through mathematics, through observation, through imagination. And just as language has rhythm and silence, so too does understanding. There are things we know and things we do not, and between them lies wonder. Let us pause here in that gentle space between knowing and mystery. Take a moment to imagine your own breath syncing with the quiet rhythm of the universe. That awareness is not separate from the cosmos. It is the cosmos looking inward. You are part of the question, part of the answer, and part of the silence in between. Now, the music of thought fades. The tempo slows. The emotional wave descends into calm reflection. You can feel the presence of infinity no longer as an idea, but as a quiet companionship. The universe does not demand understanding from us. It simply invites us to be, and perhaps that is enough. For the first time in all of cosmic history, the stars that once drifted as dust have found a way to contemplate themselves through your eyes, through your mind, through your wonder. And as this chapter closes, the silence deepens. You can almost hear it, not an absence of sound, but a fullness, a gentle hum that seems to say, this is where you belong. This is the kind of nothing philosophers and physicists ponder, a void so complete that even the idea of it slips through the fingers of language. And yet here we are surrounded by galaxies, stars, and thoughts. Something exists. The simplest and most astonishing fact of all is that anything exists at all. Science can explain the unfolding of the universe once it begins. Cosmologists can trace its story back almost 14 billion years to a fraction of a second after the event we call the Big Bang. In that instant, energy and matter emerged, space itself expanded, and the first laws of nature crystallized from the chaos. But before that, if before even has meaning, our understanding dissolves. The question remains suspended in the dark. What caused existence to begin? Or did it ever begin at all? Some physicists propose that nothing is not truly nothing. The vacuum of space is not empty, but alive with fluctuations, a restless ocean of invisible energy. In quantum theory, the vacuum seethes with virtual particles that flicker in and out of being in impossibly brief moments, creating what's called the zero-point field. These ghost-like appearances are not mere speculation. They can be measured indirectly in laboratories on Earth, seen in phenomena such as the Casimir effect, where two uncharged plates in a vacuum experience an attractive force born from fluctuations in that very nothingness. It suggests that even the void hums with potential, that emptiness is unstable forever, leaning toward becoming. Perhaps the universe itself is one of those fluctuations, an immense ripple in the sea of nothingness, a spark of existence that refused to fade. Some theorists suggest that absolute nothing cannot hold, that in quantum reality, even voids are filled with possibilities, each one a potential universe waiting to bloom. And if our cosmos arose this way, then creation may not be a unique event, but a pattern, a rhythm that repeats across an infinite canvas. Others imagine something even stranger, that our universe is one among countless others, each existing in a grand multiverse, where universes are born and die like waves on an endless sea. In some, the laws of physics might differ. In others, time could flow differently, or not at all. Some might contain life, others, eternal silence. Yet, if such a multiverse exists, the mystery deepens. Why should that reality exist? Why should there be laws at all, or energy, or the capacity for existence? Every attempt to reach the root of the question circles back on itself, like a thought reflected endlessly in mirrors. There are thinkers who turn instead to philosophy, suggesting that existence may be fundamental, that it does not need to be created, because non-existence is impossible. In this view, being is the natural state of reality. The universe simply is, because it cannot not be. Non-existence would be less stable than being itself. It is a concept that echoes through both ancient mysticism and modern physics, that reality may not be born from a cause, but from necessity, like a breath that has always been. As we drift through these possibilities, the tone shifts. Curiosity becomes tension. The vastness of the unknown, pressing gently against the boundaries of thought. It is not an unease, but a recognition of how small we are beside the infinite. Yet, in that smallness, there is also peace. The mind quiets. The listener feels the hum of the question, like a low vibration, under everything steady, ancient, and unknowable. Every breath you take carries the history of that first moment. The air around you is filled with atoms forged in stars that lived and died long before Earth existed. The hydrogen in your body was born within minutes of the Big Bang. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, and the oxygen you breathe were created in supernovae. When you inhale, you are breathing the aftermath of creation itself. You are made of ancient light of matter that has traveled through time for billions of years to find shape in you. Think about this. The universe is not something out there. It flows through you. The energy that powers your cells once powered suns. The warmth in your skin is the echo of the same thermodynamic dance that keeps stars alive. To ask why the universe exists is in a sense to ask why you do. And though science may not yet have the answer, perhaps the question itself is part of the answer, a reflection of the universe becoming aware of its own being. Some scientists believe there may never be a final explanation, that asking why there is something instead of nothing may be like asking what lies north of the North Pole. Time, space, and causality may have begun with the universe itself. Before that, words like why or when may not apply. The universe might simply be a self-contained existence, a totality that does not require anything beyond itself to be. To human minds trained to see cause and effect, this feels incomplete, but perhaps that incompleteness is beauty itself. The narrator's voice softens as if lowering into a deeper silence. The words slow, like the heartbeat of the universe between pulses. In this stillness, the listener feels both awe and acceptance. The mystery does not shrink beneath understanding. It grows. Every discovery deepens the wonder. Every equation leads to another horizon. And perhaps that is the hidden gift of this question, not to resolve, but to remind us that reality is vast, alive, and endlessly becoming. Somewhere, beyond thought, beyond the reach of science or belief, there may be an answer, or perhaps there is none. Perhaps existence simply is eternal and self-sustaining, an unbroken continuum of presence. And in that presence, in this very moment, we find ourselves suspended between knowing and mystery. The stars outside are not separate from us. We are their continuation, their echo, their expression in a different form. And so from the trembling potential of nothingness came light, warmth, and time. The first shimmer of being spread outward, filling the void with the music of matter. That spark still burns within every atom, within every heartbeat. The question remains unanswered, but it has given birth to all the answers that ever will be. As we leave this mystery behind, we drift toward the next, how that first spark bloomed into a universe of stars. The moment when light itself was born and the cosmos began to shine. Before there was light, there was only a dense, searing fog of energy and potential. The early universe was smaller than a grain of sand, hotter than the heart of any star, and filled with everything that would ever exist. Every atom, every star, every world, every thought. In that impossibly brief instant, the cosmos expanded faster than imagination itself in what scientists call cosmic inflation. From something unimaginably small, the universe grew to astronomical scales in less than a heartbeat. Space itself stretched, carrying with it the seeds of galaxies, stars, and life. This was not an explosion in space, but an expansion of space, the birth of distance, direction, and time. For the first 10 millionths of a second, the universe was a storm of creation. Temperatures soared beyond any flame particles, collided and separated, and matter began to emerge from pure energy. Hydrogen and helium, the simplest and lightest elements, formed first, composing nearly everything in existence. These atoms drifted, gathered, and waited until gravity called them together into the first stars. Imagine that moment as if time slowed to a whisper, the first star igniting, piercing the endless black with light. A fusion furnace was born, where hydrogen fused into helium and released energy in the form of radiant fire. That was the beginning of light, the first sunrise the universe had ever seen. These stars, massive and short-lived, burned through their fuel, quickly shining 100 times brighter than any star we know today. They illuminated the cosmos, scattering photons into the darkness and setting the great cosmic story into motion. The light from those first stars still moves through the universe even now, stretched thin by billions of years of cosmic expansion. It has faded into a faint glow, known as the cosmic microwave background. Scientists have mapped this ancient light with incredible precision, revealing tiny ripples patterns that would later form galaxies, clusters, and vast structures spanning billions of light years. These subtle fluctuations are the fingerprints of the universe's birth, the delicate traces of the moment creation began. But before those stars, before the galaxies, there was something even more extraordinary, a balance between creation and destruction. For every particle of matter born in that fiery moment, there was also a particle of antimatter. When they met, they annihilated each other, leaving behind nothing but light. Somehow, in this delicate cosmic dance, matter gained a slight advantage, about one extra particle of matter for every billion pairs destroyed. That tiny imbalance is the reason anything exists at all. Without it, the universe would be filled only with radiation, devoid of stars, planets, or life. A single asymmetry, small beyond comprehension, allowed everything that followed. If you could watch it unfold, it would not be chaos, but harmony, a symphony of forces shaping the first structure of existence. Gravity pulled matter inward, while expansion pushed outward. In that tension, the cosmos found rhythm. Slowly, the first great clouds of hydrogen began to condense. As they grew, dense pressure increased, and the first stars ignited. Within their cores, the laws of physics forged complexity, heavier elements like carbon, oxygen, and iron, the building blocks of life to come. Every heartbeat of those stars was an act of creation. These first stars lived fast and died young. After only a few million years, they collapsed under their own gravity, exploding as supernovae. In their deaths, they enriched the universe with the elements that would form new generations of stars and planets. It was through this cycle of birth and destruction that the cosmos began to take shape. Creation, it seems, has always been accompanied by transformation, a reminder that endings and beginnings are two sides of the same truth. Imagine watching this from a distance. The dark canvas of space, slowly speckled with points of light, each a sun rising in the void. The universe, once opaque and chaotic, becomes transparent as light begins to travel freely. The fog clears, and for the first time, there is clarity, structure, form, and beauty. This is the cosmic dawn, when light became the storyteller of time. Astronomers today still study the afterglow of this dawn, using telescopes like Hubble and the James Webb Space Telescope. They look back through billions of years of history, catching the faint light from galaxies that formed less than 1 billion years after the Big Bang. Each image is a time machine, a glimpse into the early universe, a reminder that everything we see today began with that single radiant spark. And even now, the universe continues to expand. Galaxies drift apart, carried by the stretching of space itself. The light from distant stars lengthens, turning redder as it travels, a cosmic echo of that first expansion. This phenomenon, known as redshift, is evidence that the universe is still growing, still breathing, still alive in its slow, quiet rhythm. The emotional arc of this story rises and falls like a wave, or at the birth of light tension, in the struggle between matter and antimatter, wonder at the creation of stars, and calm acceptance that even destruction plays a role in tension. Beauty. Every flicker of light we see tonight, every star overhead, is part of that same ancient unfolding. The sky is not a separate world, but a mirror of our own origins. The atoms that form your eyes once blazed within stars like these. When you look upward, the universe is looking back. As we leave this moment of cosmic dawn, the journey of light continues forward, flowing through time, shaping everything that will ever be. But light alone does not define the story. There is another force, quieter, but just as powerful, the invisible rhythm of time itself, moving forward, never backward, carrying all things with it. Time flows in only one direction. We feel it constantly. The steady drift of moments, passing the slow fading of memory. The quiet certainty that yesterday cannot return. But for all its familiarity, time remains one of the deepest mysteries of science. We live within its current, yet we do not fully understand what gives it direction or why it moves forward at all. In physics, time is treated as a dimension much like space. It can be measured, divided, and woven into equations. And yet, unlike space, we experience it as a one-way journey. We move from past to future, never the other way around. This flow is called the arrow of time. It defines every part of our existence. The aging of stars, the erosion of mountains, the beat of a heart, the rise and fall of civilizations. Everything changes, everything drifts forward. But why? The answer, or at least the best we have, comes from a single principle: entropy. Entropy measures disorder, the natural tendency of things to spread, to disperse, to even out. Hot coffee cools, smoke rises and vanishes. Stars burn their fuel and fade into darkness. The universe, in every moment, becomes a little more disordered. This is the second law of thermodynamics, one of the most unbreakable rules in science. The entropy of a closed system never decreases. In simpler words, time moves forward because energy spreads out and never gathers perfectly again. Imagine a deck of cards, neatly arranged in order. Shuffle it once, and the order disappears. You could shuffle it 1,000 times, but you will almost never restore its original pattern. The odds are unimaginably small. That is entropy, the universe's preference for the unlikely becoming irreversible. And from that simple rule comes the flow of time. The early universe immediately after the Big Bang was strangely low in entropy, perfectly smooth, uniform, filled with potential, but not yet spread out. Over billions of years, gravity has sculpted that perfection into complexity. Stars, galaxies, planets, and eventually life. In a cosmic sense, structure, including our very existence, is the result of the universe's gradual march toward disorder. Paradoxically, every act of creation also contributes to eventual decay. A star's brilliance is a byproduct of its inevitable death. And yet within that unfolding disorder, there is beauty. Time's flow gives meaning to change. It allows stars to evolve, seasons to shift, and life to emerge. Without the arrow of time, everything would remain frozen. No cause, no effect, no growth, no story. The passage of time is not a curse, but a gift. It is what turns chaos into narrative. We often imagine time as something external, a river carrying us along. But we are part of that river, made of the same currents we observe. Every second that passes reshapes not only the world, but also ourselves. Our memories, our thoughts, our sense of identity, all depend on the order of moments. Without time's direction, even consciousness might not exist. Our minds depend on sequence, one idea following another, one heartbeat after the next. We are not just moving through time, time moves through us. Einstein showed that time is flexible, not absolute. It can stretch and slow, depending on speed and gravity. Near a black hole where gravity is immense, time passes more slowly. A single hour, there could be decades or centuries elsewhere. This isn't speculation, it's been confirmed by experiment and observation. Time is not a constant ticking clock, but a malleable fabric part of the same structure as space. It bends, it flows, it changes shape, depending on where you stand. Still, no matter how it bends, its arrow points one way. Even in relativity, entropy increases. A dying star can't uncollapse. Broken glass won't spontaneously reassemble. Memory doesn't reverse. The universe ages, and so do we. But within that flow lies something deeply human, our longing to hold on to moments as they pass. We preserve memories, photographs, and stories, small acts of resistance against the drift of entropy. Even that desire to remember, to record, to love what was, is part of what makes us alive in time's current. There are theories that the arrow of time might eventually reverse, that the universe could one day contract, collapsing back into itself in a mirror of its birth. But most evidence suggests the opposite, that expansion will continue forever, accelerating under the influence of dark energy. Stars will burn out, galaxies will drift beyond each other's reach, and the cosmos will fade into quiet cold. This is called the heat death of the universe. Not a violent end, but a slow dimming, as entropy reaches its final balance and motion ceases. That vision might sound bleak, but it is not a tragedy. It is the natural rhythm of existence. Stars are born, they shine, they fade, and in their fading, they create the materials for new stars, new planets, new beginnings. Even as entropy grows, the universe continues to transform. The arrow of time is not destruction. It is transformation on the grandest scale imaginable. For us, the arrow of time defines everything familiar. The ticking of a clock, the arc of a sunrise, the aging of the body, the passage from childhood to memory. Each moment exists once, and never again, yet that impermanence gives meaning to experience. If time were reversible, life would lose its poignancy. The beauty of existence lies in its fleeting nature. So tonight, as you listen and breathe, feel that subtle current moving through you. You are not outside of time watching it flow past. You are part of it, a wave within a greater sea, always changing, always becoming. Each breath marks a moment that has never existed before and will never exist again. That is the quiet miracle of now. And in that quiet, we begin to sense something deeper, that time itself may be woven from the same mysterious substance as everything else, from quantum particles flickering beneath reality's surface, from invisible threads of energy, connecting every moment to every other. The arrow of time, like the universe itself, may arise from hidden laws still waiting to be understood. As this thought settles, the flow of time feels less like a relentless march and more like a gentle rhythm, an inhale and exhale of existence. In that rhythm, there is peace, for even though we cannot turn back, we can see beauty in every step forward. The river of time carries us onward now, toward the next great mystery, into the smallest depths of reality itself, where particles dance, vanish, and reappear, and where the boundary between what is real and what is possible begins to blur. Beneath everything we see, beneath every atom, every breath, and every glimmer of light, there is another world, invisible, unpredictable, and endlessly strange. This is the quantum realm, the hidden foundation of reality. Here, the familiar rules of existence dissolve. Particles flicker in and out of being light, behaves like matter, and matter behaves like waves. In this microscopic realm, certainty vanishes. What remains is probability, a world written not in solid lines, but in shimmering possibilities. If you could peer deep into the structure of an atom past the orbiting electrons, you would find not miniature spheres or tiny marbles, but clouds of potential regions where particles might be. Electrons do not follow set paths like planets around a sun. They appear and disappear in blurs of likelihood. When scientists try to measure where an electron is, the act of observation itself changes what they find. It is as though the universe hesitates until it is seen collapsing from endless possibilities into a single reality the moment we look. This idea, known as the observer effect, is one of the most unsettling discoveries in science. It suggests that on the smallest scale, reality is not something fixed waiting to be observed, but something fluid and responsive. In quantum mechanics, observation does not just reveal what is there, it participates in creating what is there. The strange duality of light captures this mystery perfectly. When studied one way, light behaves like a wave, continuous rippling spreading through space. But when observed differently, it behaves like a particle, discrete, countable, individual. Both are true, and neither alone is complete. Light, it seems, refuses to choose a single identity. This wave-particle duality lies at the core of quantum theory, reminding us that reality may be deeper than the categories our minds can hold. In the early 20th century, scientists like Max Planck, Niels Bohr, and Albert Einstein struggled to make sense of these discoveries. What they found defied intuition. At the quantum level, particles can exist in multiple states at once, a phenomenon called superposition. Imagine tossing a coin and having it land as both heads and tails simultaneously until you look and it becomes one or the other. That is the quantum world. Another puzzle lies in quantum entanglement. When two particles interact, they can become linked in such a way that even when separated by vast distances, their states remain connected. Change one and the other responds instantly, as though the universe has no concept of space or time between them. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance, yet experiments confirm that it happens. Entanglement suggests that the fabric of reality is not made of isolated parts, but of deep, unseen connections. Everything in some way is woven together. At this scale, space itself seems to shimmer. The vacuum we think of as empty is alive with energy, quantum fluctuations that create and destroy particles faster than we can imagine. This constant flickering gives rise to the universe we see, a bubbling foam of existence beneath the calm surface of reality. If our senses could perceive it, we might see the world not as solid, but as a vibrant field of energy, a cosmic dance where matter, energy, and possibility intertwine. And yet, this world is not chaotic. It is beautifully precise. The equations of quantum mechanics, though abstract, predict reality with astonishing accuracy. The behavior of atoms, the glow of stars, the color of leaves, all depend on the quantum laws that hum quietly beneath them. It is paradoxical. A universe that seems random on one scale becomes orderly and harmonious on another. From the uncertainty of particles arises the stability of worlds. The emotional rhythm of this story moves like the particles themselves, curious, then tense, then awe-filled, before finally settling into calm wonder. To stand before the quantum curtain is to confront mystery, not as confusion, but as intimacy. The closer we look, the more we realize that the universe is not made of separate things, but of relationships, vibrations, and possibilities, constantly becoming real. Think of this on a human scale. Your body, your breath, your thoughts, All are quantum events, repeating trillions of times per second. The warmth of your skin comes from atoms vibrating in quantized steps of energy. The light that reaches your eyes is carried by photons born billions of years ago. You are, in every measurable way, a quantum, being a collection of probabilities stabilized by the rhythm of observation. The narrator's tone slows, now softer, more reflective. Beneath the complexity of equations, there is a feeling of connection. It is the sense that reality is not distant, not mechanical, but intimate. That the same uncertainty that governs atoms also flows through thought, through feeling, through existence itself. The quantum world is not separate from you. It is what you are made of. Some physicists now believe that information, not matter or energy, may be the true foundation of the universe. Every particle, every wave, every field may be a bit of encoded data woven into the fabric of space-time. The cosmos in this view is a great computation unfolding endlessly each moment, a new expression of an underlying order. It is as though the universe is both the storyteller and the storytelling itself into being. And yet, the closer we approach understanding, the more the mystery deepens. No one fully knows why quantum mechanics works. It is the most accurate theory in history, and still no one can explain what it truly means. We can predict outcomes with extraordinary precision, but not what lies beneath them. The curtain remains delicate, shimmering half open. As the chapter closes, the emotional wave settles into reflection. We are reminded that uncertainty is not failure, but freedom, that without it, no creation could occur. The universe does not stand still. It vibrates with endless possibility. The smallest flicker of matter, the faintest whisper of energy, is part of a symphony that has no beginning and no end. And so we leave this hidden world, this realm of invisible threads and luminous questions, carrying with us the awareness that reality is far more fluid and interconnected than it seems. Ahead lies another mystery, not the microscopic, but the vast, the dark architecture that holds the cosmos together, unseen, yet everywhere, shaping galaxies and guiding the fate of everything that exists. Every night, when we look into the sky, we see light stars, glimmering galaxies swirling, and the faint shimmer of cosmic dust. It feels like everything that exists should be visible in that soft glow. And yet, the truth is humbling. Everything we can see, every planet, star, and atom, makes up less than 5% of the total universe. The rest remains unseen, unfelt, and barely understood. 95% of reality is hidden in darkness. Scientists call these unseen realms dark matter and dark energy, and together they form the invisible architecture of the cosmos. It began with a mystery. In the early 20th century, astronomers noticed that galaxies did not move as they should. Their outer stars were spinning far too fast, faster than gravity from visible matter could hold them. According to the laws of physics, these galaxies should have been torn apart long ago, but they weren't. Something unseen was holding them together, forming a vast gravitational web that connected and stabilized the universe. That invisible something became known as dark matter. We cannot see dark matter directly because it does not emit, reflect, or absorb light. It passes through us silently, as though we do not exist, and yet it exerts a powerful pull gravity that sculpts galaxies and binds clusters of stars into cosmic families. Scientists estimate that dark matter makes up about 27% of the universe, outweighing visible matter by nearly 6 to 1. It is everywhere in the space between galaxies, between stars, even between atoms. A ghostly presence we feel only through its influence. To study something invisible, astronomers have learned to see indirectly. Using telescopes like the Hubble and the James Webb, they observe how light bends, as it passes through massive regions of space. This phenomenon, known as gravitational lensing, acts like a magnifying glass in the sky. The warped light reveals where gravity is strongest, and thus where dark matter must be. These maps of distortion show an intricate web stretching across the cosmos, filaments of unseen matter, linking galaxies together like threads of glass in a vast cosmic tapestry. The emotional current rises here from curiosity to awe. The idea that we live inside an invisible structure, that every star and planet is suspended within an unseen framework, changes the way we imagine reality. Dark matter is not distant or abstract. It flows through the Milky Way, through our solar system, even through you. Billions of dark matter particles may be passing through your body each second, leaving no trace except the faintest gravitational whisper. And then there is dark energy, a mystery even deeper. While dark matter pulls the universe together, dark energy pushes it apart. In the late 1992, astronomers discovered that the expansion of the universe is not slowing down as they expected, but accelerating. Something is driving galaxies away from one another, faster and faster, counteracting gravity on the largest scales. That force, unseen, unmeasurable, and seemingly everywhere, is what we call dark energy. It makes up nearly 70% of all existence. Yet we do not know what it is. Some theories suggest it is an intrinsic property of space itself, the energy of the vacuum. Others think it might change over time, linked to the fate of the universe. Whatever it is, dark energy determines how the cosmos will evolve, whether it will expand forever slow and collapse, or drift into eternal stillness. For now, it seems that the expansion continues, endlessly galaxies receding beyond sight, the stars growing farther apart with each passing eon. Imagine that on a cosmic scale, galaxies drifting like lanterns across a black ocean, their light growing fainter as space stretches between them. The universe, once dense and luminous, becomes vast and sparse. Billions of years from now, distant galaxies will vanish from view entirely, their light too far gone to ever reach us. Future observers, if any exist, may find themselves in a sky nearly empty, unaware that countless other galaxies once shared the cosmos with them. And yet, this slow unraveling carries no malice. It is simply the nature of things, a universe in motion, expanding, transforming. The same laws that allow stars to shine and planets to form also guide this grand dispersal. Entropy, energy, and gravity play their eternal dance across space and time, and dark matter and dark energy provide the silent rhythm behind it all. The narrator's voice softens, now shifting from wonder to reflection. The invisible universe does not remind us of how little we know, but of how much there still is to discover. The fact that something so dominant could remain unseen for so long is not a failure of science. It is a testament to the universe's depth, to its ability to surprise even the most patient observers. The cosmos hides more than it reveals, and in that hiddenness lies its poetry. Dark matter, dark energy. Two phrases that sound almost mystical, yet they are real, measurable through their effects, undeniable in their reach. We stand upon a web of gravity spun from the unseen. Every galaxy's spiral, every cluster's shape, every motion of light across the void traces back to the architecture we cannot perceive. We live inside an invisible masterpiece, a design that holds us all. There is humility in that thought. The universe is not built for our understanding, yet it allows us to glimpse its grandeur. We are beings of light trying to comprehend the dark, using the faint tools of reason and imagination to draw meaning from the vast. Perhaps the purpose of this unseen structure is not to be conquered by knowledge, but to remind us that mystery itself is sacred. The emotional wave now falls gently into calm. The listener is invited to rest in the quiet beauty of the unseen, to feel peace in knowing that not everything must be visible to be real. The invisible gives shape to the visible, the way silence gives shape to music, the way space gives meaning to stars. And so we leave this chapter surrounded by the unseen, drifting on the currents of invisible forces that hold the universe together and push it apart. The cosmos continues its silent expansion, guided by laws older than time itself. Ahead lies another wonder, one that bends those very laws, curving the universe into elegant shapes where gravity and time become one. Space is not empty. It bends, stretches, and ripples, like the surface of a vast, invisible ocean. It responds to mass and energy curving around stars and planets, forming the pathways along which everything moves. Time, too, is woven into this fabric. Together, space and time are not separate realms, but a single, seamless entity, space-time. It is within this boundless continuum that all motion, all gravity, and all existence unfold. In the early 20th century, Albert Einstein changed the way we see reality. Before him, space was thought to be a static stage, a backdrop against which events took place. Time was a steady rhythm, flowing at the same rate for everyone, everywhere. But Einstein's theory of relativity revealed a deeper truth. The universe has no fixed stage and no universal clock. Space and time are flexible, interwoven, and alive. The presence of matter and energy tells space how to curve, and the curvature of space tells matter how to move. Picture a heavy ball resting on a stretched sheet. The fabric dips under the ball's weight, creating a curve. Now, if you roll smaller marbles across the sheet, they spiral inward, not because they are being pulled, but because they are following the curved shape of the fabric. This is gravity, not a mysterious force reaching across distance, but the geometry of space-time itself. The Earth orbits the Sun because it is moving along a curve carved into space by the Sun's mass. This realization reshaped physics and imagination alike. It revealed that the universe is dynamic, that gravity is not a force pulling objects together, but the bending of reality itself. Time runs differently, depending on where you are in this curvature. Near a massive planet or star, time flows more slowly. In empty space, it flows faster. Astronauts on the International Space Station, orbiting Earth age, just a little slower than people on the ground. A difference so slight, it can only be measured with atomic clocks, yet real all the same. At the most extreme edges of this geometry lie black holes regions, where space-time bends so completely that not even light can escape. A black hole forms when a massive star collapses under its own gravity, compressing its mass into an infinitely small point called a singularity. Around it forms an invisible boundary known as the event horizon. Once something crosses that horizon, it cannot return. Space and time fold inward so sharply that all paths lead to the center. The laws of physics, as we know them, seem to break down. To approach a black hole, even in imagination, is to confront the most profound expression of relativity. From a safe distance, one might see light bend around it, forming glowing rings. What astronomers now call the black hole shadow, recently captured in images from the Event Horizon Telescope. The light does not simply disappear. It dances and lingers, warped by the intense curvature of space-time before being swallowed. Time itself slows near the edge, so that to a distant observer, anything falling toward the black hole seems to freeze in place, suspended forever at the brink of oblivion. And yet Einstein's equations describe more than collapse. They also describe expansion. Just as space can curve inward around a black hole, it can stretch outward between galaxies. The same geometry that defines gravity also shapes the evolution of the entire universe. It is this curvature, this invisible scaffolding, that allows galaxies to orbit light, to travel, and the cosmos to have form. Even the smallest particle, the tiniest fluctuation of energy, plays a role in sculpting the fabric of everything. The emotional current swells here, curiosity turning to awe, the realization that we live, not upon, but within space-time, that we move through its folds like fish through water, changes everything about how we see the world. We are not travelers moving across an external void. We are waves within an infinite sea. Each heartbeat, each motion, each moment ripples through space-time, leaving faint traces that extend outward forever. Gravitational waves, ripples in space-time, caused by massive cosmic events, confirm this truth. When black holes collide or neutron stars spiral together, they send out vibrations that stretch and squeeze the fabric of the universe itself. In 2015, scientists detected these waves for the first time using the LIGO observatory, confirming one of Einstein's final predictions. The signal was faint, lasting less than a second, but it carried with it a story. Two black holes, merging 1 billion light-years away, their collision echoing through the cosmos until it gently brushed the Earth. That whisper proved that the universe is not silent. It rings softly like a bell struck by creation. Einstein once described his equations as the music of the spheres made visible. The curvature of space-time is that music slow, profound, and beautiful beyond sound. It guides the planets, shapes the galaxies, and holds time within its quiet flow. And just as melody arises from rhythm, existence arises from motion, the continual folding and unfolding of space and time. Now imagine yourself standing still. Even when you feel at rest, you are moving, spinning, with the Earth, orbiting the Sun, circling the Milky Way, all while drifting through the expanding universe. You are moving, not through empty space, but through curved space-time, gliding along invisible contours drawn by gravity and energy. Your body, your thoughts, even the passage of time within you, are all part of that same flow. There is a serenity in that realization. Space is not separate from life. Time is not apart from thought. The same laws that shape galaxies shape the rhythm of your heartbeat. The same curvature that bends light around stars bends the very path of your existence. To live is to move within the shape of space and time, to be carried effortlessly by a geometry both infinite and intimate. As the emotional wave softens, the narration slows. The focus shifts from the vast to the delicate, from the structure of the universe to the gentle spark of life that arose within it. For all its grandeur, the cosmos eventually gave rise to something tender and self-aware. Living matter capable of feeling, perceiving, and asking how it came to be. In the next chapter, we follow that spark, the first flicker of life that emerged from the ancient seas, born from minerals and energy on a newborn Earth. After the vast silence of space, after the glow of galaxies, and the slow turning of cosmic geometry, we return to a smaller stage. A young Earth, restless and newborn. The ground is molten, the air thick with volcanic vapor, and lightning ripples across skies, the color of iron. Oceans are forming for the first time, cooling under a dim sun, gathering minerals and chemicals washed from rock. It is here amid fire and water that something extraordinary begins, not just the formation of a planet, but the awakening of life. The Earth we know today, blue, lush, and filled with movement, began as a world without breath. Roughly 4.5 billion years ago, it was chaos incarnate. Asteroids rained from space, heating the surface to thousands of degrees. Oceans boiled away and returned again as vapor condensed. The planet was unstable, and yet within that turbulence lay the ingredients of something miraculous. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, the raw materials of life, were already here, drifting in the air, dissolving in water, collecting in pools and vents. Scientists call this period the prebiotic era, the dawn before biology. In this world, without organisms, chemistry ruled. Lightning heat and pressure combined to create complex organic molecules, amino acids, lipids, sugars, the alphabet of living matter. These molecules gathered in droplets, mixed, reacted, and slowly learned to persist. No one knows the exact moment when chemistry became biology, when inanimate matter first began to copy itself, but somewhere in that ancient ocean, something stirred. Perhaps it began in the deep, near the scalding mouths of hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor. Even today, these vents spew clouds of mineral-rich water heated by Earth's core. Around them, life thrives in darkness, feeding not on sunlight, but on the chemistry of the deep. Scientists suspect that early life might have arisen in such places where iron and sulfur reacted with seawater, creating tiny pockets of energy and stability, natural laboratories hidden beneath the waves. Within these bubbles of warmth, molecules could concentrate, interact, and evolve. Other theories suggest that life may have begun closer to the surface in shallow tidal pools that filled and evaporated over and over. As water evaporated, it left behind thick concentrations of organic molecules that could link together under the heat of the Sunday. These cycles of wet and dry, of chaos and calm, may have given rise to the first self-replicating structures, tiny fragments of RNA, capable of storing information and making imperfect copies of themselves. Those imperfections, those small, beautiful mistakes, would become the seed of evolution. However it began, the emergence of life was not a single moment, but a process, patient, iterative, and vast in scale. Over millions of years, molecules learned to cooperate. Some formed membranes, enclosing themselves from the world. Others developed ways to capture energy, to grow, to divide. Eventually, the first true cells appeared, microscopic, simple, yet astonishingly resilient. These were the ancestors of everything alive today. Every plant, every animal, every human being traces its lineage back to those invisible pioneers that once floated in the ancient seas. It's a humbling thought. Every heartbeat, every breath, every thought in your mind owes its existence to a chain of survival that began billions of years ago with a molecule learning to persist. Life is not an invention. It is an inheritance passed from ocean to cell, to creature, to consciousness, unbroken through time. The emotional rhythm of this story swells and softens curiosity, turning to wonder, awe, blooming into peace. In the quiet between words, we can almost imagine it, the sound of boiling seas, cooling under rain, the hiss of lightning across primordial skies, the faint bubbling of vents deep in the abyss. Each sound marks a step closer to something alive. Even now, Earth still holds clues to its earliest days. In Australia, rocks more than 3.5 billion years old preserve the faint traces of ancient microbial mats, colonies of microorganisms that grew in shallow waters, leaving behind layered patterns of life. These are called stromatolites, and they are among the oldest fossils known. In their stillness, they tell a story of patience of life, taking root in a world that had never known it before. But the miracle of life is not just that it began, it is that it continued. The conditions were harsh. Ultraviolet radiation from the young sun meteor impacts unstable climates. Yet somehow, life adapted and endured. With each challenge, it grew more complex, more inventive. Over time, single cells learned to join together, forming colonies, and eventually multicellular beings. Diversity exploded, filling the oceans with color and motion. The planet transformed from barren rock into a living world. Every flower that blooms, every bird that sings, every heartbeat and breath is a continuation of that first chemical spark. The DNA in your cells carries the memory of those ancient reactions, the same 4 molecular letters rearranged endlessly, writing the story of life across billions of years. You are both the latest chapter and the living library of that story. And as the narrator's tone softens, the perspective widens again. The origin of life on Earth may not be unique. The same chemistry that birthed us here could happen elsewhere. We have found amino acids on meteorites, organic compounds in interstellar clouds, and water beneath the surfaces of distant moons, like Europa and Enceladus. It is possible that life, simple, silent, enduring, is scattered throughout the cosmos, waiting in the dark oceans of other worlds. This thought stirs something deep, not loneliness, but belonging. We are not outsiders to the universe. We are one of its expressions. Life is not an accident. It is the universe exploring itself in yet another form. When a cell divides, when an organism adapts, when a mind wanders, it is the cosmos continuing its long, patient conversation. And so, from the depths of Earth's ancient oceans to the farthest reaches of space, the question remains the same. How did matter learn to dream? What gives life the ability not just to exist, but to feel, to remember, to imagine? That question will lead us to the next great mystery, the emergence of consciousness itself. For billions of years, life existed without reflection. Creatures swam, crawled, fed, and reproduced, moved by instinct and reaction. But then, somewhere along the long evolutionary thread, something remarkable happened. The universe, through the quiet work of biology, developed a way to perceive itself. A brain began to look outward, and then inward. A mind opened its eyes not just to the world, but to the idea of being alive within it. From that moment on, the cosmos had consciousness, and through us, it began to wonder about its own existence. What is consciousness? Science, for all its progress, still does not know. We can describe it. We can measure brain activity. We can trace signals through neurons. Yet the inner world of awareness remains beyond full understanding. Somewhere within the electrical storm of the human brain, perception gives rise to experience, and experience becomes thought. That transformation from matter to mind is one of the greatest mysteries of all. Your brain contains nearly 100 billion neurons. Each one connects to thousands of others, forming a network more intricate than any galaxy. Electrical impulses flash through this web at incredible speed, sending information, memory, and emotion from one cell to another. Out of this microscopic symphony arises something ineffable, the sense of I, you, your thoughts, your memories, your emotions are patterns of energy in motion, endlessly reconfiguring within a 3-pound organ of living tissue. And yet those patterns feel like something. When you see a sunrise, when you hear music, when you remember a loved one's voice, there is a texture to that experience. Something personal, intimate, impossible to describe. That inner quality is what philosophers call qualia, the raw, subjective feel of existence. Science can explain what the brain does, but not how it feels to be a mind doing it. Neuroscientists have proposed theories to bridge this gap. Some believe consciousness arises from integration, from the way the brain unites countless streams of information into a single coherent whole. This is the basis of integrated information theory, which suggests that awareness is the measure of how deeply information is connected within a system. Others propose the global workspace model, in which consciousness acts like a stage. Countless unconscious processes compete for attention, and the ones that make it into the spotlight become part of our experience. These theories may differ, but they agree on one essential truth: consciousness is not a single thing. It is a process, dynamic, continuous, and ever-evolving. But consciousness is not limited to humans. The mind in some form may exist throughout the living world. Crows use tools and plan for the future. Octopuses recognize patterns and solve puzzles. Dolphins call each other by name. Even trees, in their slow and silent way, communicate through networks of fungi beneath the soil, sharing nutrients and warnings. Awareness takes many shapes: fast or slow, loud or quiet, immediate or vast. Perhaps life itself, from its earliest forms, has always carried the faint ember of perception, an ability to sense and respond, to adjust, to grow. The emotional rhythm swells here from curiosity to awe. Imagine this progression: the single cell responding to its environment, the multicellular organism reacting, the animal perceiving, and finally, the human being reflecting. Evolution did not invent consciousness all at once. It sculpted it gradually, adding layer upon layer until the universe learned to think. Through us, the cosmos gained memory. Through us, it gained imagination. And what an imagination it is! We dream, we create, we build worlds that exist only in thought. We tell stories of love and loss, of beginnings and endings, of what might be beyond the stars. No other creature we know has mastered this: the ability to imagine something that does not yet exist and bring it into being. It is the ultimate expression of awareness, not just to know the world, but to reshape it. Yet consciousness is also fragile. It can flicker and fade. Under anesthesia in sleep, or in the final quiet of life, awareness can disappear and then return again. What does that mean for its nature? Is consciousness a product of the brain alone, or something more fundamental, woven into the fabric of reality itself? Some physicists have even suggested that consciousness might be a fundamental aspect of the universe, as essential as space, time, and energy. A field that matter interacts with, much like gravity or light. It is an idea, both radical and ancient, echoing the old wisdom that mind and matter are two sides of the same existence. Imagine for a moment that consciousness is not confined to us, but extends outward, that the universe itself possesses awareness in some vast, diffuse form. When a galaxy forms, when a star ignites, when gravity sculpts a planet, could there be, in some infinitesimal way, an echo of perception, not thought as we know it, but a presence, a kind of universal sensitivity? Perhaps as consciousness becomes aware of itself through beings like us, the universe completes a circle, the observer and the observed merging into one. The narration slows now, soft and reflective. Think of what it means that you can listen, imagine, and feel wonder. In all the billions of years since the Big Bang, through every explosion, collision, and transformation, Atoms have organized themselves into something that can think about atoms. Dust has learned to dream. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are its memory, its curiosity, its reflection. When you look at the night sky, you are seeing your origins, but also your mirror. The light from distant stars is billions of years old, yet it falls into eyes that have only just opened. The universe is through you perceiving itself. And when you close your eyes and imagine that vastness, it is not imagination alone, it is recognition. You and it are made of the same unfolding story. The emotional wave falls now into stillness, into gratitude. To be conscious is to be part of something ongoing, to exist as both question and answer. Science may not yet explain the full nature of awareness, but in its mystery lies its beauty. Consciousness is not a problem to be solved. It is a miracle to be experienced. And as this chapter closes, the thought lingers: if the universe has found a way to think, to feel, to remember, then what else might it yet become? What other forms of mind might flicker to life in the deep, quiet reaches of the cosmos ahead? Lies one more step outward from the mind within us to the vast unknown that still surrounds us, where mystery stretches beyond our reach and science meets silence. There comes a point, even for the most curious mind, where knowledge dissolves into wonder. We can describe galaxies, trace the origins of life, and explore the architecture of the cosmos, but beyond a certain horizon, the universe remains silent. It is not a silence of absence, but of depth, a silence that invites humility. This is the edge of understanding, where science touches mystery, and both bow quietly to the unknown. Every era of discovery brings us closer to that edge. Once the night sky was thought to end with the stars. Then we learned it held galaxies, trillions of them. We found black holes that bend time, dark matter that shapes existence, and dark energy that drives the expansion of all things. And still, we cannot say what these truly are. We live surrounded by the invisible, illuminated by a fraction of the whole. Each answer, instead of closing the book, opens another chapter. At the subatomic level, our instruments reveal a world of quantum uncertainty particles that flicker fields, that hum with energy, space itself shimmering with possibility. And at the cosmic scale, we see galaxies receding faster than light, drawn apart by a force that defies comprehension. Between those extremes, somewhere in the middle consciousness, has emerged a fragile awareness, capable of asking, why? Perhaps that question itself is the most remarkable fact in the universe. There is a beauty in limits. To stand at the threshold of the unknown and know you cannot cross it not yet is to feel the true shape of awe. It reminds us that knowledge is not possession, it is participation. We do not own truth, we approach it. Science is not a ladder reaching upward to completion. It is a horizon that recedes as we move, revealing infinite distance ahead. The emotional rhythm rises here, gentle and reverent. The voice of the narrator softens, inviting stillness. Think of the way the ocean meets the sky. From the shore, they seem to merge into one endless expanse. You cannot tell where one ends and the other begins. The horizon is not a boundary. It is a promise that there is more. The edge of understanding is the same, a meeting place between what we know and what we have yet to imagine. Throughout history, humans have gazed at that horizon and taken one small step beyond it again and again. Galileo's telescope, Newton's prism, Curie's discovery of radioactivity, Einstein's equations, the Hubble Deep Field, the James Webb Telescope, capturing light that has traveled for over 13 billion years. Each advance is an act of wonder, not defiance, not conquest, but a humble continuation of curiosity. Even now, scientists listen for the faint murmur of cosmic background radiation, searching for clues from the universe's infancy. Others build quantum computers to model realities that classical physics cannot reach. Some search for signals from distant worlds, hoping to find other minds gazing back. Every experiment, every equation, every question is a form of reverence, a quiet acknowledgement that we are part of something far greater than ourselves. And yet mystery is not something to be erased. It is essential. Without the unknown, curiosity would wither, wonder would fade. Mystery gives meaning to exploration, depth to discovery. The unknown is not a flaw in understanding. It is the heartbeat of science. Perhaps that is why the universe does not reveal all at once. It offers itself gradually, piece by piece, like a story told across eternity. We, the listeners, learn to hear its rhythm, the pulse of creation, the silence between events, the soft glow of questions waiting to be born. Every generation adds its voice to that story, and every mystery solved leads not to an ending, but to a new beginning. The emotional wave softens now, descending into reflection. The edge of understanding is not an end, it is a mirror. When we reach it, we do not find emptiness, but ourselves. The questions we ask about the universe are, in truth, the questions the universe asks about itself. When we study the stars, we are studying our origins. When we study the mind, we are studying the instrument that allows the cosmos to know it exists. In seeking the universe, we discover that we are not separate from it. We are its awareness made visible. The narrator pauses, letting that realization sink in like a tide receding into still water. Beyond every frontier, scientific or spiritual, lies one simple truth: that the universe is unfinished, always unfolding, always inviting participation. Its mysteries are not barriers, but invitations. To live, to wonder, to explore, is to take part in that unfolding. And so, as we stand at the edge of understanding, looking into the vast quiet beyond, we do not turn away. We listen. Somewhere in the silence, the next question is already forming a whisper from the unknown, asking to be heard. Beyond this edge lies reflection, not of the universe itself, but of our place within it. The journey now turns inward toward gratitude and peace, toward the realization that even in our smallness, we are part of the great ongoing story. The story of the universe, from the birth of light to the quiet edge of mystery, has always been a reflection of something deeper. It is not only a chronicle of stars and atoms, but of awareness itself, coming to know its own origins. And now, as we drift toward the close of this journey, we turn inward. The cosmos continues to expand. Galaxies still drift apart. But in this moment, you are still one small consciousness, floating within infinity. Close your eyes and imagine the universe from a distance, not from a telescope, not from the window of a spaceship, but from the quiet vantage point of the mind. You can see the swirl of galaxies like slow-turning lanterns in an endless dark. You can feel the pulse of invisible forces, gravity, weaving its silent web, dark matter, holding everything together, and dark energy gently pushing it apart. From the first spark of creation to the forming of life, from thought to memory, from question to understanding, everything has been a single, unbroken movement. And that movement flows through you. Every atom in your body was once part of something ancient: hydrogen, born in the first seconds after the Big Bang, carbon forged in dying stars, oxygen shaped by generations of suns. You are not just in the universe. The universe is within you. It has taken nearly 14 billion years of transformation for the cosmos to become aware enough to ask, "What am I?" And now, through your eyes, it contemplates itself once more. The emotional tone rises here. Gentle awe, then deep peace. There is no urgency, no striving, only stillness. The realization that you are part of everything brings not fear, but comfort. You are never separate. The heartbeat of your life is the echo of the universe's beginning. The rhythm of your breath is the slow exhale of cosmic expansion. The warmth of your body is the same energy that first filled the stars. Science often teaches us humility. The universe is immense beyond imagining, and we are small. Yet within that smallness lies something profound awareness. The vastness of space and time has produced through endless trial and chance the ability to wonder. That is not insignificance. That is the universe achieving intimacy with itself. When you wonder about the stars, you are the stars wondering. When you dream of infinity, infinity is dreaming through you. Philosophers and physicists alike have long sought the ultimate theory, one that unites gravity and quantum mechanics, matter and energy, life and thought. But perhaps the universe is not meant to be compressed into a single equation. Perhaps its beauty lies in its complexity, the way it balances opposites, chaos and order, birth and decay, light and darkness, motion and rest. We do not need to solve the universe to belong to it. We only need to see that belonging is already true. Think of the patterns we've traced from the first light to the forming of stars, from chemistry to life, from life to consciousness. Each step in this chain was improbable, yet each flowed naturally from what came before. This is the great reflection that the same laws of nature that govern the galaxies also govern thought, emotion, and love. The same forces that sculpted the heavens also shaped the tender architecture of the human heart. Even now, the universe continues to evolve. Stars are born and die. New worlds form in the ashes of old ones. Somewhere, perhaps another planet is cooling, gathering oceans preparing to awaken its own forms of life. Somewhere else, a mind may be looking up, wondering if it is alone. We may never meet them, but the act of wondering connects us. We are all expressions of the same unfolding story, distant verses of a single cosmic poem. The narration slows. The listener is invited into a deep, quiet reflection, the kind that feels like floating between stars. The music is gentle now, a low hum that mirrors the pulse of the universe itself. Time seems to stretch not endlessly forward, but in all directions, forming a loop of being and becoming. In that stillness, understanding softens into gratitude. Everything that has happened, every collapse and explosion, every birth and death, every question and discovery has led to this moment. To you, here, breathing, listening. You are the continuation of everything that ever was. You are the witness of existence and the proof that the universe is not just matter, it is meaning. Take one slow breath. Let it remind you that you are made of the same elements as the stars. Let it remind you that your awareness is the same spark that once illuminated the first dawn. You are not separate from time. You are time made aware of itself. You are the silence between galaxies, the light between shadows, the stillness between thoughts. And though there is much we do not yet know, perhaps that is the most beautiful truth of all, that the universe continues, patient and eternal, inviting us to learn to wonder, to rest within it. Mystery is not the opposite of understanding. It is the continuation of it. As the final moments of narration drift towards silence, the voice fades into a whisper. The story does not end. It only returns to stillness, to the same quiet that existed before the first spark. Somewhere the stars still burn, somewhere galaxies still turn. And here in this small corner of eternity, the universe pauses, reflecting through you on itself. The journey of wonder is not finished. It never will be. But for now, the cosmos rests, and so do you. And now, as the stars continue their slow turning and the universe expands beyond sight, we return to stillness. The questions remain vast, patient, unending, yet somehow that brings comfort. For even in the unknown, there is beauty. Even in the dark, there is light. You are part of that same rhythm, born from stardust, carried by time, and sustained by wonder. The cosmos does not rush, and neither should you. All that exists, from galaxies to gentle thoughts, moves in the same quiet harmony. As you drift into rest, remember, you are not looking at the universe. You are the universe, briefly aware of itself, breathing softly in the dark. Let that thought cradle you tonight. And if you wish to wander here again, among stars, silence and science, stay a while. Let curiosity guide your dreams. There's always more to explore.